Right now that Ebola is right in our backyard, it's a little easy to be freaked out, but there's a fine line between staying informed about what's going on and panicking. For more on how to handle the fear that you might feel, we turn to clinical psychotherapist Cindy Crane in here to give us some ideas. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
You know, it's like I said, it's so easy to just get panicked because you hear one thing maybe from some doctors, then something else. So I think that has a lot of people worried. How do you strike that balance between staying informed and also not panicking at the same time?
Okay, well, it's completely normal and understandable for us to be concerned about a disease we don't fully understand. So I think partly just validating the fact that there are some concerns for all of us, but it's also really important to remember to have some perspective. Manage what you can manage within your day-to-day life and try not to put too much emphasis on this to the point where you can't get out of your own way to kind of live your life.
It's interesting because at the same time you want to know what's going on, you want to keep on top of it, but you can't let it have you worried all the time.
That's an important point to make, because I think it is really important to get the facts, but then also have the ability to step away. But, you know, relying on resources like Fox News for what's happening, maybe checking in a couple of days, but not watching it 24/7. It's too much. It drains you, and also your kids pick up on that.
I was going to say, does it impact the kids?
My kids came home yesterday saying, "Mom, did you know Ebola is in Bethesda?" So you get the headline, Ebola is in Bethesda. Ebola is in a controlled environment.
Right.
But it is still here, and it's in our backyard. So how, I know that you don't deal with children necessarily, but how would you have parents or caregivers go about addressing it?
I mean, this is different for us. This is new information that's in our immediate environment, so it seems like very present for us. But kids do pick up on the vibe from us, and it's really important to tell your kids what we know, basically, and that we're safe here, and to, you know, make sure that if you have any questions, ask mom and dad. Don't listen to what's happening on the playground.
Now, I know we had that list up there of keeping things in perspective, getting the facts. Like you said, check in maybe a couple times a day to see, you know, what's new, just to stay informed. But you also say stay healthy.
Yeah.
You know, and I've heard a lot of people talking about how the symptoms are very similar, perhaps, to like flu symptoms. Is this really the time to make sure that you get the flu shot so you kind of know what you're dealing with?
Absolutely. My brother-in-law just last night was talking about maybe having some flu symptoms and sort of kiddingly saying, is this Ebola? But how many times have you probably heard somebody this week say something like that? Exactly. It's a great time to get the flu shot. Might as well use some of the positive anxiety around this, and we always think about anxiety being negative, to pay attention to basic, you know, health care. And getting a flu shot's probably a good idea for all of us. Also good for all of us is staying healthy in general. It's good for your mind, it's good for your body, and it's really good for you to just take a break from some of the worries here.
You warn, don't, you know, sit and watch, you know, the feeds all day. I was about to say some competing cable networks, but you don't sit in front of the TV just getting that information in, but still stay connected. So how do we find the difference there, and how can we get active on this?
Yeah, that's great. I think it's really important truly to check in with credible news sources a couple of times a day, not more than 3. It isn't necessary. I know it would seem like the news cycle, because some of them are 24/7, are so intense, there's going to be some nuance we're going to miss, but it's okay. And in fact, to that point, it's important to stay connected not just with credible news sources, but also with our friends, our peers, having another place to let go of some anxiety and normalize things and be able to vent a little bit and step away from it and talk about other things like the kids' PTA meeting. Or
it's definitely going to happen.
That's for sure in our environment.
That you can control.
But I think everyone's talking about it, so I guess it's important to stick with the credible news sources.
Well,
not
that's
just
the thing too, because like on social media, we've been seeing things that are flying around that you think, okay, that can't be true. You know, we were talking about this earlier this morning.
Theories starting to float. So, Cindy, thank you.
You're welcome, you guys. Thank you for having me on.
We just pass along a number if you would like to be in the know. So go to our website, myfoxdc.com. Cindy, thanks for sharing that number with us.
Thank you.
Okay, well, still ahead on Good Day DC, scientific proof that we all should have Friday off. Yes.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good to you,
Why are we
here? First, though, we're looking ahead to Sunday in Washington's next Gridiron Showdown. We're calling it in air quotes. Fred Smoot will join us live.
Stepping in on our Ladies Friday.
Is it a competition?